Hello there, I'm that Metroid guy. I think everyone has had this thought at some point since Nintendo announced Metroid Prime 4. Where is it? Is it cancelled? What's happening? There's a lot of talk on the internet about this game, and that's no surprise. The game is a sequel to one of the greatest trilogies in all of gaming. That's not even a joke or an exaggeration. The Metroid Prime games revolutionized and influenced the gaming industry with their presentation, method of storytelling, and just by being as good as they are. The Prime games are also generally well liked, especially in the West, likely due to its first-person presentation being accessible to us. But it's the gameplay, music, and lore that has allowed Prime to remain a talking point for 20 years after the first game's release. With the legacy of the Prime games and how much they're coveted, it'd be difficult to reach the bar those games set. And it is. Like, have you tried making a game? I have, and it's hard. That's putting it mildly. And to put it as straightforward as it is, Retro Studios are making an entirely brand new AAA game, completely from scratch and in the modern video game industry, all while there is still a pandemic going on. And if those challenges weren't already enough, they have to make Metroid Prime 4 as detailed, interconnected, and believable as the previous entries. They have to go above and beyond to make the world feel alive, all while potentially coming up with new ways to make all that feel even better. And that's without mentioning the gameplay and music, which eventually complete the package. It's a monumental task. If a AAA game isn't crunched and is given the time needed, it takes roughly 5 years to make today. Retro have only been working on Metroid Prime 4 since around early 2019. 3 years is not a lot of time, especially given that things shown off in trailers, textures, mechanics, etc., they're all done and polished later into development. There isn't anything like that to show yet. Now I know I've been super rambly, a little low on the haha funnies. I just can't begin to express how frustrating it is to see how little people know about how game development works. It's gotten to the point that some people doubt Metroid Prime 4 even exists, which is baffling because we've seen concept art of the damn thing. We are witnessing a game being developed before our very eyes from the beginning. This isn't a luxury we ever see. Usually when games are announced, the game is mostly finished with some touch-ups here and there, and those games would have been in development for years before then, with no one being allowed to talk about it for that entire time. I can't so much as drink tea without letting everyone know I do it. How these people can keep quiet is beyond me. Again, to remind everyone, we have seen concept art for Metroid Prime 4, and we know it is because we haven't seen anything like this in any other Metroid game. And the shadow is also strikingly similar to Silex, who is borderline confirmed to be in the game. This game exists, people, and it isn't in development hell. Hirings throughout a game's development is completely normal, and based on the hirings that are going on, it lines up to around 50 to 75% completion. Metroid Prime 4 is completely on track in terms of development time. There is no need to panic or doubt. I see a lot of people worried that Retro themselves won't be up to the task of recapturing that Metroid Prime feel. I don't know where this is coming from. It's Retro, guys. If there is any studio that can do that, it's them. Nintendo themselves tried and failed, and the fact we have seen more of Retro's Prime 4 than Nintendo's is already saying a lot. By the way, just so it doesn't go unmentioned, despite Prime 4 being announced in 2017, Nintendo's version doesn't exist anymore. That one was cancelled, but then Nintendo went to Retro for the restart. Consider the infamous 2019 Retro video as a re-announcement. Forget what happened before. Anyway, moving on. Another point to mention is that it is irrelevant that the studio has got a lot of talented, yet new people on. If anything, that could be great. It would bring a fresh perspective and a bunch of new ideas. Not to mention they wouldn't be tired from having made 3 games in the series before. The amount of gameplay ideas, potential new standards, and even new story elements that could be brought in with these new devs is beyond exciting. I have absolute faith in Retro to deliver a game that is at the very least equal to the previous Metroid Prime games. I hope that they surpass them. So when can we expect to see Metroid Prime 4? If I were to put money on it, I'd say late 2023, and that'd likely be a teaser trailer. For a full-on trailer, maybe mid-2024? We're in it for the long haul. Maybe get through your backlog, I'll be doing the same. What about a release? When will Metroid Prime 4 be in our hands? I'd say around early 2025. I think that'd give the game a lot of room to breathe for development if any delays do happen. I will happily wait for this game for a decade if it means we get the best game in the franchise. Hopefully it doesn't come to that though. Touch wood. And lastly, what console will we be playing this game on? That one is really tough to say given Prime 4 was announced as a Switch game, though if we're on the trajectory I've said here, it may not hurt for it to be a Breath of the Wild situation. Metroid Prime 4 could release on the Switch, but could also be a launch title for the next Nintendo console to really showcase what it can do. And what would be a better game to do that than Metroid Prime 4? So that'll do it. This single piece of concept art is what is really keeping my faith with this game. The fact we've seen it at all is proof that Retro has something, and are likely eager to show it off. What do you guys think? Am I just coping, or do you feel the same? Let me know down below. Leave a like and subscribe too if you want to keep up to date with everything Metroid. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next mission. Bye bye.